Hello, this is Ken Bodicher, also known as Bad Ken in the BattleForge forums and Karch in the game. For this video, I'll be commenting on a replay from a recent community challenge on the BattleForge forums. TBird came up with the idea, and he awarded 1,000 BattleForge points to whoever could finish the single-player map Mo the fastest, using no Era 4 cards, no flying units, and also no Enlightenment, Mark of the Keeper, Wheel of Gifts, or Lifeweaving. The winner was Pabi, admin of the Polish BattleForge fan site battleforgepolska.pl, with a time of 24 minutes and 18 seconds. This is Pabi's replay. The first part of this map pretty much has to be done by Mo himself. The towers here are really strong, and they knock back small units, so most Era 1 units don't stand a chance. He started by summoning a shaman to kick off the map, and he had to tell it to hold ground or it would have wandered into range of the first tower. After Mo finished off the first bandit group, he charged through the wall and pulled the second group back in range of the orb, so he could kill him quicker. He's also using the shaman to attack. Left on its own, it'd be healing Mo. Even here, he has to be careful to keep the shaman out of range of the tower to the right. Mo goes around the corner to destroy the next tower. Then he's going to build the next power well. Now here come a couple of primal defenders, which are going to defend against the bird attacks that come in through the rest of the map. Put the primal defenders in Skywatch mode after they're built. And Mo makes a great charge attack there that takes out all 3 buildings next to the next bandit group. There were 2 towers and a healing well. And you can see the Skywatch primal defenders taking out the birds there. The shamans come up behind Mo, and one of them takes a paralyzing attack, which means Mo can keep right on attacking and finish off the bandits and the gun emplacement, building another power well and a second orb, which is going to be a fire orb, and then finishing off those birds there with the help of the shaman. And Mo doesn't wait for healing, goes right on and charges through the next wall, killing the first group of bandits and then taking out the tower there.
Thanks for saving us.
And he builds a couple of more clay traps and a power well, and he's going to stand there while he's doing his little dialogue and heal next to the power well. And he's building mortar towers near the cliffs here by the second orb, and those mortar towers are going to fire over the cliffs at some bandits near the end of the map. Mo finishes off the Wind Hunter and then goes and waits for the bandits to come through this little gap in the wall. As soon as they're in position, he blows the more clay trap, and 2 more clay traps take out most of the weaker bandit units, leaving him only 1 bandit lieutenant. It looks like he tried to do a charge there to take out that healing pool and got hung up on the wall. So he had to walk over there slowly and kill the healing pool so he could get rid of the last lieutenant and those 2 sorceresses. Meanwhile, the mortars are already pounding on the bandit position near the end of the map. The shamans come and help clean up the last few buildings in the southeast bandit area, and that's it for the first part of the map. He's building a third orb, which is going to be a shadow orb, and continues clearing out that southeast area of the final part of the map using those mortars. Those mortars are upgraded, by the way, otherwise they wouldn't have the range to reach over those cliffs. Mo has busted through the next wall, and he's bringing back both the Soul Hunter and the Wind Hunter. He's going to kill the Soul Hunter first, because if it's allowed to collect any souls, it will summon mines.
Your forces are under attack.
Looks like he's destroyed the primal defenders next to the first power wall there. Soul Hunter's down, Wind Hunter's next. There goes a mortar tower. And he's bringing in Stones of Torment to guard the power well, and Stones of Torment are more powerful attack and more strength than the primal defenders, so they'll do a better job defending there. And here come the Stones of Torment next to the orb's power well. The mortars have done their job, so they're destroyed. And there's a Furnace of Flesh, and that's going to help him keep his power up. Anytime anything dies next to it, it moves void power into the power pool. Mo is healed up after his fight, and he goes to hit the next bandit group. He uses a little crowd control there to keep the paralyzing attack off him while he kills the gun position. And oh, there's another great move. He charged to the tower, and because he was charging, the bonsai birds didn't have a chance to explode and hurt him. He killed most of them instead. And now he's standing in a safe position off to the right in this little cove while he fights the bandit Tortugun, which is the thing that looks like Moloch. Puts a power well there. There's the Stones of Torment doing their job. And if you can see the power, you'll notice that his void power went to 0 there after those birds died. It got moved into his regular power pool. Now he has summoned a deep coil worm, getting ready to take on the Bonsai Lord. First put down a couple of primal defenders. Those in Skywatch mode, those will take care of any bonsai birds coming in, along with some help from the deep coil worm. And now he goes and he pulls the Bonsai Lord right away.
I know a nice game.
And Mo gets some unholy power on him. That's going to increase his strength, and there's also a ray of light cast there to keep his health up. The deep coil worm goes ahead and starts attacking the Bonsai Lord's allies, while the primal defenders take care of the bonsai birds. And Mo has got a little bit of health left, but he made it through that fight fine. Another deep coil worm comes in. There's those wind hunters still getting toasted by Stones of Torment. Mo did another charge there to take out a couple of buildings and finish off the last of the Bonsai Lord's allies. And that's it for the second part of the map. A couple more power wells coming in, and we meet Queek Queek, the flying pig.
My name is Queek Queek. I am
Here he's put in healing gardens. That'll give him a nice place to heal up between fights. This next part, you kind of have to do hit and run tactics because there's patrols running through the next area all the time. So if you stay put in there, you'll get overwhelmed by patrols pretty quickly. Just wasting no time here, Mo just gets healed up and busts right through the wall and starts taking on the first group in the hill that's opposite the wall there. Backed up by the deep coil worms, he pulls the group towards him and just starts knocking them over. Now the first patrol comes, you'll notice he pulls back a little bit. He keeps the deep coil worms back away from them so that they can attack with their ranged attack and don't get hit. Those banded hornblowers have an XL attack, so they can put the hurt on the deep coil worms, but Mo's strong enough he can take it. Mo went back to the healing wall to heal up while the deep coil worms take care of a few miscellaneous units there. And there's a bandit sniper that looks like a Nox trooper. Looks like it got away there. Now Mo is going to charge in and take care of most of the buildings in this area. And here comes a big patrol, so he's going back and retreating? No. He's starting to cast some spells. There's a Soul Shatter, followed by a Backlash, and a Thunderstorm. And that did a pretty good job on that big patrol group there. Not much of them left. Now running back to heal between fights. The patrols helpfully come directly to where he is standing. There he puts down some roots so he doesn't have to fight all of these hornblowers at once. The sorceresses that are wandering around with these guys are really a pain because they cast this shield on them. Makes everything take twice as long to kill. Now we have 4 deep coil worms, and he brought in a couple of Infernos just for the extra attack power, and he's starting to take out towers as fast as he can. Moving down to the next bandit lieutenant, going by way of the area that was already cleared by mortar towers. And that really saves time on this part of the map because this part is tricky to do. Every time he stops, drops a ray of light spell. There goes another gun position. And just moving right along to the next lieutenant. Trying to get enough of them so that the bandits get demoralized, and that's what happened right there. The bandits are retreating. Oh, lost an Inferno there. And, oops, lost a Deep Coil Worm, but it doesn't really matter. Now that this area is cleared, it doesn't really need those units anymore. Now, there was some discussion in the forums about the best strategy to use on this map, and the general consensus was that you had to go heavy on spells because you didn't have any flyers, and the only way that you can damage these Raven ships at the end is with spells. So Pabi did a great job here. He used only like 4 different kinds of units and a few kinds of buildings, and the rest was spells. And here's using the tactic of long-range mortar towers taking out the back. Unfortunately, on the right side of this area, the mortar, even the upgraded mortar tower, is not got enough range to take out that back gun position. He's parked his remaining units outside that cave. Oh, here come the spells. First, Corruption, then Thunderstorm, and I think there was a Backlash in there too. And there's an Eruption, and then finally a Soul Shatter, and that's it. That took out half the Raven ships right there. Really fast. And there it goes again. Corruption, Soul Shatter, Thunderstorm. There's a problem here. These guys aren't getting hurt because there's a little healing pool back there. Oops. Well, we'll take care of that. Comes a Deep Coil Worm, followed up by Mo. Some healing on him. Now, where we go. Soul Shatter. Get a little Unholy Power on Mo. The ships were damaged a little bit, but a bunch of spells going off there, they just went down in no time. Now, having tried this map myself numerous times for this challenge, I have to say, Pabi did a really impressive job here. The most important thing was to keep moving, and he took every opportunity to heal Mo on the run, or while he was doing other things, and then at the end, finishing off bandit lieutenants and guns quickly kept patrols off him, and then finishing off the Raven ships in record time, kept the command walker from coming out and ruining his day. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed Pabi's replay and my commentary, and I know I learned a few things watching this. I hope you did too.